Hey guys, what's up today? I got here for you today the Spyderco Resilience. This is a beautiful knife. Very classy. Alright, let's talk about it. Let's get into details here. Going to the specs, it has a blade length of 4.25 inches. That's 4¼ inches. So, I don't know. A lot of people consider this to be huge folder, but I don't. It seems normal to me. It's no bigger than my hand, and I don't have huge hands, so I feel like a tool should be about the size of your hand, Yeah, maybe it is overkill if you're like opening boxes and stuff with it, envelopes, crap like that, but you know what? It's always better to have a little extra than less, Yeah, I don't know why people usually anything bigger than 3 inches people think it's like giant, and I'll just save it for another video. Anyways, handle length of 4¼ inches with an overall length of, if you've already done the math, 9½ inches. So, it's a I believe 4-inch knife is a decent sized knife. So yes, this is a little bit over 4 inches, so it's good. I think this is practical. This is all around good for everything. It weighs 5.2 ounces, and I have my scale here. I don't know if you guys can be able to see it, but I already measured it before I started the video just to make sure. Let's see if you guys can see that. Oh, it says 5.1 now. Huh. Well, what do you know? Scale probably sucks. Anyways, so you saw it, 5.1 ounces. This knife, you can find it for about, I found mine for around $37 and something, I think. But I always look for the cheapest one. You can find it around 40 bucks, and 40, 45 maybe. And it is a really good price for this knife. Anyways, let's go on to the features. This knife features a liner lock, as you can see here. It has this Spyderco, thumb hole that every Spyderco has. It's really cool, and it's very versatile. You can open it however you want. It also features a lanyard hole. Yes, the cool thing about this lanyard hole is, if you look here, the pocket clip, and yes, I'll talk about that missing screw later. The lanyard hole goes through the pocket clip, so I think it's pretty cool. You're kind of, it doesn't take up any extra room because it's where the pocket clip goes. So it's kind of like space-wise on the handle, you're killing two birds with one stone, rather than if they had put it like over here or something. Or this is really nicely designed here. It's really well thought out. This does have an open design, which I love about knives. These are just amazing. If you don't have a backlog, there's no reason a knife should not be open design. It's just so much easier to clean out of anything that you might have gotten in there. If you've been fighting people, zombies, whatever, I don't know, blood, guts, get it out of there, just hose it down, or just kind of just shake it off like this. All that stuff will come right out. You got mud in it because you dropped it in the woods or whatever. Same thing. Anything really you get in there is just kind of, you can just take it and just blow it out like a harmonica. Just work perfectly. Everything just kind of comes right out of there. Very easy to clean. Let's go into the blade details. It's got a thickness of 3 millimeters. At the widest point, the blade measures 1.25 inches, so 1¼ inches right here. The material is 8CR 13 MOV, and the ready sharpness of this, I'm going to give it 5 out of 5. This is hair shaving sharp. That's kind of overkill sometimes because you're not really going to need to shave with it, but it's always nice to know that it's just your knife is nicely sharpened out of the factory, so you don't have to do it. Now, geometric strength about this knife. Well, this brings me to this topic about Spyderco's. All their knives, or almost all of them, I don't want to say all of them, most of their knives have this same very similar blade design here. What they call, I believe, the leaf shaped blade or something. Good and bad. Okay, so good about this, it's very aesthetic, I guess. I mean, if you see one, you instantly know it's a Spyderco. It's good because the spine goes straight into the tip, giving it more strength on that tip right there. It's not the strongest you'll find because, as you can see, it is thinner here than it is here. That's because it is full flat ground, but it's pretty strong. I imagine it would transfer all the striking force would transfer just right up into the spine and into this stop pin back here. Now, bad about this, which is not really a bad thing, I just think it's kind of weird that all their knives look the same, but it's just, I don't know, it feels like it lacks creativity. I mean, if you're not an expert on Spyderco, if you don't have too many Spydercos, you can't just, for example, I'm going to bring out Cold Steel. I'm not making fun of either company. I really like both these companies, but for example, Cold Steel, you can look at a knife and you say, oh yeah, that's the Voyager, for example, or that's the Spartan. Yeah, it's very recognizable. You know, they all kind of look different. They all have their own little things to them. Or Spyderco, just kind of, they all look the same, kind of. They have small differences, like lock types. Sometimes the blades drop more like this. They don't have that much of a upward belly here. Sometimes they have, yes, more or less belly down here. You know, some are serrated. But yeah, I don't know. I just think it kind of lacks creativity. I still like it though. Don't think I don't. Alright, so handle materials. The handles are G10 scales and they're very finely textured. So it's not unlike the, for example, the Cold Steel Recon 1. This is not going to destroy your pockets right here where you slip it in and out of your pocket. It's good enough where if you apply pressure with your finger, it'll hold your finger. Then again, it won't just tear away at your skin and your jeans and all that. So that's good. The texture, like I said, it's medium, and the edges are kind of rounded, which I do like. They're not extremely rounded, but it doesn't bother me to hold this knife like this. I don't feel those corners right here poking into my hand. It's very comfortable. It's got liners, and of course it's a liner lock. And if you can see there, the liners are skeletonized just to take away some of the weight there. For those people, those of you who don't like heavy knives, I kind of do. I like heavy knives. I've talked about this before. I like having a knife in my pocket and just always just feeling it there. Just feel the weight. You just know it's there. It helps you know that you haven't forgotten it anywhere. You haven't left it behind. You know, it's just like when you forget something that's, like, for example, say your backpack. You're gonna know it's not there because it's heavy. So you're not gonna feel that weight on your back that you're used to feeling. Same with this. I don't want a knife that you put in your pocket and forget about it. I like to know it's there. You know, helps me know. Helps me feel more secure about what it is and stuff. Like, I didn't forget it at the park or whatever. The little kid's not gonna pick up and stab his friends with it. Yep. Deployment and lock methods of this. Oh wait, we're not there yet. Actually, we're on overall ergonomics. They're good, actually. Yes. You open it. This knife has this big choil right here, and then it's got a little one back here. For those of you with giant hands, I don't know, I would say my hands are on the small side. It's really great for reverse grip, actually, no matter how you're holding it, no matter the size of your hands. And you can do your saber grip or your regular, and it feels great. It's got this little tiny one here too, this little groove right here, that is for, you can't really choke up on it, but you can come up a little bit more on it. Don't know why that would be useful, but I mean, not big enough to be useful, but it is, if for some reason you feel like doing that. Yeah, it's, you know, it's a very comfortable knife, actually. It's pretty light, but the blade is heavy, so you can feel that front weight on there. I like that about it. Now we move on to deployment and lock details. So deployment methods, it's got a thumb hole. It has no flipper, no pocket snag, and it opens pretty quickly. The fastest opening method is with your index finger like this, as I'm showing you right now. This is my favorite, actually. You just kind of flick it out like that. You can use your thumb, but I feel like sometimes my thumbnail gets all messed up from it because my thumbnail is bigger than the hole, so it feels like it gets like folded under there. If I use just my skin, I feel like I don't have enough push with it, so I like to get my index finger and just flick it out like that. let's see. It's got, I've already talked about the liner locks. The liner lock, when I got it, it was already pretty late in there, you know. It's kind of halfway there already, even though I haven't really used it that much. And it works okay, you know. The strength is good, but I wouldn't trust it to really stab something with it with my weight out. I feel like it would just fail and close on my fingers. I wouldn't want to take that chance. It's got no blade play or wiggle, which is good, and one-handed use is excellent. You know, it's just very nice. The bad thing about the one-handed use is, I would say, is I did destroy my finger with it. I was closing it like this, as you can see, and this closes really fast, especially after it's been oiled. I haven't oiled it in a couple weeks, so, and it just came down on my finger like that. Just took off a chunk of my skin right there. I'm fine, of course. I didn't need stitches or anything, but you know, it's just very quick. And you know, that's the thing I don't like about liner locks. You have to get your finger in the way of the blade in order to close it. That doesn't make too much sense to me. Okay. Anyways, carry method. It's got a 4-corner pocket clip. 4-position pocket clip. You can put it up here, you know, on all 4 corners. It's really nice, actually. And yeah, I was able to put it here, but the thing about it is, for some reason the liner over here is messed up where the threads go, so the screw, this one that I lost, you can see here, didn't go all the way through and didn't really catch onto this, and when it did, I really had to force it down, and it caught on a little bit, but eventually it just came loose and I had no idea where it went, so that really bothered me. I am going to try to contact Spyderco, maybe get a new screw for it or something, because not that it's loose or anything, it just kind of bothers me. You know, it shouldn't happen. You shouldn't have that happen with any knife, actually. I don't know if the screw wasn't long enough, or the hole, the little receiving end of that, the liner wasn't, you know, it didn't have wasn't textured enough for the screw to grab on right. Anyways, for utility purposes, it is a great knife, actually. It's not too much a scary knife. You know, you can pull it out and people won't freak out about it. It's very aesthetic looking. You know, it's very plain. It's some people would call it a gentleman's folder. I wouldn't disagree with that. For self-defense, it's great. You could really cut someone up with this. You could get them some deep stabs with this and then cuts. It's just a great knife, actually, for that. For survival, I wouldn't say so because it's a liner lock, and these are never great for survival. Sorry. And combat, I would say it's okay for that. You know, like I said, I'm pretty sure you have 100 other better choices if you're gonna be deployed and you need to buy a knife to take with you. I wouldn't really choose this. I would actually spend more money and get myself something better. But yeah, this would be a good backup. Wouldn't doubt it. Let's talk about my personal experience with this. My first thoughts about it were it's nice and hefty. It's good, you know. It's comfortable. It's hefty where you want it to be, like in the blade, but not too much on the handle. So you have that dexterity with it. The dislikes, this thing with the screw and the pocket clip happened like the day I got it and the day after that. So I was instantly disappointed with that. And I don't think I'm going to do any modifications to it. Anything I do to it really won't make a huge difference. So I think that's about it for this knife. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Please leave a comment, subscribe, like, and watch my other videos. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Bye.